Okay, so just a fun little side project I wanted to do. I know there have been hundreds, if not thousands, of tier lists made on this exact subject, but this one's gonna be different because it's gonna be the unique opinions of me. Me. So, I've got ad block on, but it's clearly not working, so that's cool. But anyway, before we get started on the Sonic tier list, I wanted to mention the games that aren't included on this, because if you look here, we're missing a few big ones. So first off, there's Sonic Shuffle. Anyone who's been following this channel for more than a few months already knows my opinions on Sonic Shuffle, and they are not good. The developers tried too hard to make Mario Party, but not too much Mario Party. They wanted it to be different somehow, and thus it was just this confusing mess where the AI gangs up on you. So Sonic Shuffle goes in F tier. Next up we got Knuckles Chaotix. I only played it briefly on an emulator many years ago, but from what I remember, once you unlock Charmy the Bee, the game became extremely easy because the levels were all very vertically oriented, and Charmy could just fly over everything. So Knuckles Chaotix goes in D tier. Sonic 3D Blast. Guess we have to make a distinction between the Genesis version and the Saturn version, because the Saturn version had those cool bonus levels we could do, like an early 3D type thing. I really like those. So the Saturn version gets a slight edge over the Genesis version. So I'd put the Saturn version of 3D Blast in C tier, and then the Genesis version in D tier, because without the special bonus levels, the Genesis version didn't really have a whole lot to offer. And then one additional game that wasn't mentioned on the list was that a weird Brazil-only Master System Sonic game, Sonic Blast. I really like that one, surprisingly. I've developed more of an appreciation for unique things over the years, and as far as I'm aware, that's the only Sonic game to be pre-rendered, and it also had that cool boss battle that was a reference to Journey to the West of all things, so I thought that was pretty neat. So Sonic Blast for the Master System goes in B tier. Alright, so now we can actually start doing this tier list for real. So first up we've got Sonic Advance. I mean, I guess the Advance trilogy on a whole was just kind of I mean, they could only do so much with it when you have the limited power of the Game Boy Advance. I mean, what do you expect? It's not gonna set the world on fire. So I'd put Advance 1 and 2, I'm gonna say in C tier, I guess. I didn't play Advance 3, but I'm guessing it's fairly similar to Advance 1 and 2 overall. That there aren't going to be any huge changes, so it's a bit of a cheese, but I think we can safely put it in the same tier as 1 and 2. So next up we've got Sonic Jam for the Saturn. So that was, for those of you who don't know, was just the original trilogy on the Genesis together in one. And they also included that Sonic World demo, which was pretty cool. So, I mean, I guess it's comparable, really, in quality to the first three. So that's worthy of B tier, I guess. Sonic Lost World, that was the one where you had to hold R to run for some stupid reason. Drop the critters, Eggman. Yeah, not my favorite, but generally speaking, there wasn't a whole lot wrong with it per se. So we'll put that in C tier. Sonic Mania, this may surprise you, but I haven't really played Sonic Mania enough to evaluate it. I mean, I bought it on Steam on a sale a while ago, and the controller I wanted to use wasn't supported. And I thought, well, I ain't doing this with keyboard controls, Jesus Lord, so that I guess I never really got back to it, so I don't know enough about it to really evaluate it. Sonic CD, I didn't particularly like. The levels felt very level editor-y. Someone is slamming a door downstairs, so maybe we'll do that. Anyway, as I was saying, with Sonic CD, I feel like there wasn't really a whole lot of thought that went into the levels. it just kind of seemed like they just took a level editor and started plopping stuff down everywhere, so when you finish a level, you don't feel particularly rewarded. The end of the level just kind of comes and, okay, that's it, I guess. And I could never quite get the time travel mechanic figured out either. All around, I just didn't really have a particularly good time with it. So Sonic CD's gonna go in D tier. Now, Sonic 06, I feel, the complaints against it are a bit overblown, just all those douchebag Let's Players out there, trying to make some quick views with, this is the worst game ever. Honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, when you just look at how objectively enjoyable it is, and not just how well made it is, I think it's alright, honestly. I mean, nobody ever sets out to make a bad game. Even in quote-unquote bad games, there's usually a decent idea here and there. And overall, I'd say it's worth at least D tier. Sonic Forces is basically the anti-Sonic 06 in a sense, because while Sonic 06 is poorly made, but at least still kind of fun in spots, Sonic Forces, on the other hand, is well made, but just generally really boring and forgettable. And so by my criteria, that makes it one of the worst ones. So Sonic Forces goes in F tier. Sonic Riders, never really messed around with any of the goofy snowboarding games. Might do that on the channel someday. Sonic Unleashed, people didn't really like it at the time, but I appreciated the new ideas that it tried to do to keep the game fresh. It was like half beat 'em up, half traditional Sonic game, and overall, it was alright. I mean, as a kid, I was a little annoyed because it had this cool music in the trailer, and then when I actually bought the game, the cool music didn't show up until the end credits. So that was kind of irksome, as they say, but generally speaking, it was decent. So Sonic Unleashed is going to go in C tier. Shadow the Hedgehog is definitely one of my least favorite ones. The worst thing a Sonic game can do is try to take itself too seriously. I mean, it's a series about colorful cartoon animals that run fast, and when you try to make it cool and edgy, it just seems ridiculous. And not to mention the actual game itself, theming aside, was really painful. They had that one a cyber world themed level that took like freaking 30 minutes to get through, and it was just this slog, and there were just a lot of stupid things in general. There was a scene where Shadow hacks a computer by karate chopping the keyboard. Definitely a low for the series. Yep, that definitely belongs in F tier. There's one of the mobile games. I don't fuck with mobile games. Sonic Rush was just kinda okay. I mean, I didn't really get into it until like 2011, when it had already been out for like 6 years, and by then the technical sides of it weren't really impressive. I mean, the original DS was quite old by then, so it really didn't have much to offer me, to be honest. It was just your standard Sonic game, honestly, so I put that in C tier also. There's another one of the snowboarding games. I didn't play Secret Rings either. Sonic Chronicles, even though I didn't quite play that one, I think I've seen enough of it to really understand what it's about. It's the one with the Ed Netty sound effects, and, well, actually, I guess, because even these quote-unquote flawed Sonic games like 06 usually have some redeeming qualities, so maybe I shouldn't be too quick to judge Chronicles. I should definitely play it first, so I was going to put it in D tier, but let's be fair. Give it a chance. This one, I don't even know what that is. Is it actually free, it says? I don't recognize that one, so that one goes in. Haven't played. Sonic Boom. I never had the Wii U, and neither did anybody else, so I don't have much of an opinion on that. Here's Sonic 3. I'd say the original trilogy was all pretty solid, so let's assign those right now. So, let's see here. Here's Sonic 2. And Sonic 1's gonna go slightly higher out of the original trilogy. I like that one best out of the three, because I like the music where it had samplings from contemporary hip-hop songs, and just generally the mood of the game really seemed to be good, and I like the sprite that they used more compared to the other two, and just a good time all around. Here was Sonic 2. Okay, that covers the original trilogy. Sonic 4 was just kind of lackluster and underwhelming. Not really worth anything. We had the two racing games. Kind of hard to tell which one was which. I think this was the one with the Virtua Fighter and Shenmue characters in it. That was the one by Sumo Digital. That one had lots of side modes and characters from other Sega games, and generally speaking, that was pretty good. This is the second one, I think. I only played it for a few minutes on Steam. That was the one with Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know enough about it to form a coherent opinion. Now, Sonic Generations was really just like this celebration of all things Sonic. That they really put their all into it, and it had all these callbacks to fun things and reimaginings of old songs, and really reminded me of why I was a Sega fan to begin with, and really kicked off a new era of me being into Sega stuff. So great stuff all around. Sonic Generations absolutely deserves to be an S tier. Sonic Spinball, the music was kind of annoying, and there are better pinball games out there generally, so that goes in D tier. Sonic Heroes was a good time back in the day. It felt very innovative with the three characters at the same time, and just generally had lots of energy and cool locales, and each team had their own unique feel to them, and the music was on point, and yeah, I liked Sonic Heroes. That's definitely worthy of S tier. Never played Sonic Pinball Party. Sonic Battle had a very competent combat system that I really liked. The story was a bit dragged out, but overall it was a good experience. That's worthy of A tier, I'd say. Never really did anything with the Game Gear. Didn't play any of the 3DS games because I'm not a little baby. So, Sonic Adventure 2 was pretty good. I mean, I didn't like the edgelord stuff. As a kid I did, but as an adult that doesn't hold up as much, and you start to realize that Shadow's just like a DeviantArt drawing that got brought to life, so, but overall it's still a good game, so that's worthy of S tier. A tier, excuse me. Sonic Adventure 1 absolutely goes in S tier. I've always had an appreciation for unique things, like I keep saying, and I'd venture to say that there is no other video game quite like Sonic Adventure. Just with the time frame in which they made it, Sega was still trying to figure out how to make 3D cutscenes, and so that it's really not like anything else. The characters feel more like marionettes rather than, actual characters, and the voice acting is all stilted, and it really just creates this whole like surreal, dreamlike feeling that sets the mood for the whole game. And I mean, that's not even what the developers intended, but that's how it turned out, and it's definitely grown on me over the years, and all around it's just a fantastic game, if I do say so myself. Kudos to you, Sonic Adventure. Never played the Black Knight or Secret Rings. I'm assuming that's another mobile game. I'm not sure what Sonic Drift is. I'm guessing that's another Game Gear game. Well, I haven't played as many of these as I thought. Yeah, get in there. And there's that. And Sonic R, much like Sonic 06, I think the complaints against it are kind of overblown by douchebag Let's Players. The music is really good, and once you get used to it, the racing's pretty solid, and I'd say that's worthy of C tier. So there you go. There is my Sonic Games tier list. Let me know what you think.